Skip, the bane of ham radio, HF. So let's start with a little story. Several years ago, a couple of years ago, whenever, I did the Minnesota QSO party. I was like, okay, great. I'm going on 20. I'm going to make all these contacts. I'm going to make a contact with all these people. And I was only getting people outside Minnesota. I heard one. They were like, I don't know, 50 miles from me. And they were way in the noise. We did make a contact at like 2-1 on both sides. But other than that, I was not getting anybody in Minnesota. So then I realized that on 40 and 80, there were people. So then I started working there, and all of a sudden I was working every county in Minnesota. So here's what Skip is. It all depends upon, there's a lot of factors. Antenna and conditions are a huge factor. In a previous video, I talked about my OMS nets. I've been on OMS 20 meter nets several times. The states I cannot get. In fact, I think I have just about every state now, except for North Dakota, South Dakota. I might have Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. All the local states. That's the skip zone. Typically when I'm activating POTA, it's like Ohio and further out that way, and then maybe Missouri or even like down to Arkansas. And then out west, it tends to be like Colorado and California, things like that. So that's kind of what your skip zone is you're skipping over different areas, and the conditions just will not allow you to make those contacts. So hopefully that helps there. How do you make those contacts? You got to change bands. During the day, my 80 meter antenna is actually positioned decently where I can kind of get the NVIS contacts during the day, and it still works great at night for 80 meters. As I said, I've worked Hawaii on 80 meters. So during the day, if you want those more local, you got to hit 40 or especially 80 in order to get those to align. So, and that's the same thing with 20 and all the way up to 10. They all have those skip zones. You really have to just change up bands to see if you can hit those further. Some days 10 meter you can get a couple hundred miles away perfectly, and then other times it's a pain to get anything like that. So hopefully that helps and answers your question. Just keep trying. Learn the bands. And I'm going to admit, I have not done enough of even 40, well, from 10 to 40, even I've done 6 like once, to really understand propagation and stuff with those. But 80, I can pretty much hear the static and understand how propagation is going to go that night most of the time. So if you use something enough, you just kind of get that feeling, you kind of get that understanding of it. But really, you're out there just about every day working it to kind of get that feeling. So all I can say is get out there, keep trying, and one day you'll hit it perfect. Well, you'll be hitting Iowa and Wisconsin and everything else, and then the absolute 10 minutes later you're not going to hit any of them anymore. That's how fast things can change. So hopefully that helps you, Kevin, in your adventure, and hope to see you soon. And again, you know how to reach out to me. If anyone else has questions as well, please post them on here. Or you can go back to this original post, and I'm soliciting ham radio questions, and I will do my best to answer them. 7-3.